a madhouse here. The only person I literally haven't had show up to the door that's the deliveries is FedEx. We've had UPS come once but twice, and then UPS came, and I was in the middle of actually recording what I'm wearing right now on my face, and I had to like keep stopping and coming back. It was a whole thing. So anyways, I'm Rebecca Brissett. If you guys are new here or this is your first time seeing me live, I try and go live more frequently. It just depends on my schedule and what's going on here, or things like that. So if it is your first time here, welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you see, ask me questions, that kind of thing. I'm just making sure chat messages are on, because sometimes it only shows me like some of the messages instead of all of them. So the look that's going on today, at 5 o'clock I have a video that's going up. It took me like 2 days to edit it because I took like an hour and 20-minute long video and like condensed it to like 20-ish minutes. And my camera ended up cutting off recording the second look. So the only thing I think that didn't get recorded was me finishing up eyeliner and doing mascara. So what I did was I stuck the pictures of the finished looks at the end so you could see them. But what I'm talking about is this. This is the James Charles and Morphe palette, and this does not say Charles on it. It says CHANEO. There's no way that CHARLES, where's the rest of his name? So anyways, I don't know who decided that was a good enough signature, but that definitely does not say Charles. That's something that I've had people bring to my attention, and it's been tweeted about and that kind of thing. So I figured, since the looks for today's video that are going up at 5 are from this collaboration, I figured why not do a live to show people how, I don't know how to say this correctly. Let's see. It's the nicest way I can say this. These take work. They take effort. They blend very difficultly. I've been playing with makeup since 1992. I got my cosmetology license in 1997. I've done bridal makeup, I've done weddings and that kind of stuff, but that stuff it's all basically neutrals with Papa Glam, and mainly a ton of updos. So working with some of these shadows has been nerve-wracking, and I did a live stream when the day that I got it, to show actual live swatches, because I keep seeing these videos where people are saying, well, live swatches. No, that's a video you recorded, and we don't know if you wiped a swatch off or if you did something different. So I figured, why not put everything to rest and do an actual live stream of me doing swatches of this palette, since it was such a big issue. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this thing open for those that haven't seen the inside. And I do have the little plastic sheet, and I wrote on there which ones are the pressed pigments. But this is what it looks like. It is beautiful. Some of the shades are easier to work with than others, and I figured I would try and do like 2 different looks, one on each eye, to show that you can get a neutral look out of this palette, and then something a little bit more colorful, because the 2 looks that I did for the video that's going up today at 5 were inspired by a friend of mine's Instagram pictures. So hopefully you guys go follow her. She makes beautiful soap. And I'm going to stop yammering. I think I'll start with the neutral eye first. I already have eyebrows done, my base, lipstick, blush, bronzer, highlight. I already have that stuff done because I did that in another video, which will be going up Friday, I think, depending on how soon I can get it edited, because I had to stop it like 4 separate times. So depending on how soon I can get it up depends on when it'll be posted. So I think I'm going to start off with my Luxie brush. This is the 249. It is a double-ended brush, but it has a blending brush on one side. And because I've got concealer with powder on it already over, well, I have corrector and concealer on my eyes, but I'm going to start off with Canvas, which is this shade, and then go in with Punch Me, which is right underneath. And Punch Me was a little bit patchy, but I figured even though I've already got, let me zoom you guys, hello, zoom you guys in some. Yeah, that didn't even show up. So I'm just going to go straight into Punch Me. And I'm not tapping my brush off. And I'm dragging it out a little bit because my brow, actually I have little hairs that grow out to here that I pull off, but my brow like stops here, so I kind of want to go towards that with my extension right here. And my eyes are kind of, if I look straight forward, if you look, they're not completely downturned, but they're not up and they're not like straight across. They're like kind of between straight across and a little bit downturned. So I find when I go to drag shadow out, it comes all the way down underneath here. And because I already have all that stuff on, I'm going to go ahead and run that color under my eye. Might as well, because I know I would do that anyways. And I'm like lightly tapping in each time. Because like I said, I already have the rest of my face makeup and everything on. So far, so good. Now, he said that the middle shades were basically for deepening. I'm almost wondering if I go in with like 10% off, if that would be too red. 10% off is this shade right here, and then this one is No Beans. I'll try a little dab of 10% off just to, just to deepen up that area a little bit. I've got it like propped up on my leg. Oh, I got way too much product right there. Oh, whoops. There are 39 different shades in the palette. So there's a bunch. I'm doing like a neutral eye look on one side. So far, in my opinion, you really have to work with the shades. You've got to blend everything out. You've got to make sure that when you put product on, like that little bloop that I did up here, I've got to like really blend and work so that that doesn't like stay right there in that one spot. I mean, you can't go wrong. The shadows are $1 a piece. It's a $39 palette. I could care less with the name on it. I mean, these are better than what I would buy at like Walmart. But I'm still blending that 10% off shade, just to get it so that it blends out properly. So it all depends on personal preference. I know the first two looks, no, actually I did a recreation of one of his looks like 2 weeks ago. So I haven't really looked at much of his since. Okay, I think I'm going to stop with that color. And I'm going to grab my Luxie 245 brush. It's a little flat shader brush. I used Wig in my other look, so it's either Halloween or So Good. Halloween is this beautiful bronze shade, and then So Good is this one here, which is gold. I think I'm going to use Halloween just because this color is a little red. Well, one of the middle shades is supposed to be like a highlighter, which is called Face. That's this one right here. I mean, you could use it as a highlighter. I haven't used it as a highlighter yet for the eye or for the face. Okay, did I like not pick up anything on the brush? Can we like get some pigment here? Let me get a separate mirror out. Make sure I'm not like gonna cover up. Okay, well this shade doesn't want to cooperate. I'm gonna have to get my brush wet. And the one thing I don't like about this palette is if you stick a wet brush in something, it's going to leave a mark. And to show you an example of that, down here at the bottom, can you see the marks right here? That is from me using a wet brush in order to get more payoff, even in this shade here. Anywhere where I stuck a brush that had any type of moisture on it, and it's like it left hard pan in some of the spots. So I'm going to go back in with the shade again now that my brush is a little damp. Your question. Oh, you can ask questions. I don't care. Not going to annoy me any. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that Halloween shade. I mean, it's going on, but no. It takes a lot for somebody to annoy me. And I mean a lot. Yeah, I already have contour on. Okay, so got the Halloween shade on. I think I'm going to go in with ring light in the front of that. So I'm just going to flip my brush over. Well, I'm going to use my JCat color switch on it first to get any extra pigment off. Huh? I colored my hand. Make sure that I get some water out of the sink. And I'm going to grab a ring light. Whoa, that is like bright. And I'm doing that on the inner third. I have to screw it, I'll put it down here too. And now that most of the color's off the brush, I'm going to go back into Halloween and just tap it a little bit and go over the line. And then I'm going to blend the crease. Now, because I used I don't know, it's more of a neutral look with a bronze and a champagne on the lid. It's like a simple, like easy out the door to work look. The only thing is the 10% off shade was a little bit difficult. Okay, I'm gonna grab my little 221, my flat definer brush from Luxie. I'm gonna grab 10% off on it and put that right up next to my bottom lash line. And then just grab my little blending brush. I'm going to go grab Punch Me again and run that underneath. I think just grabbing a little bit of ring light on my finger. And I put a ring light on the brush again. Maybe I need a smidge more. Okay, for liner, I'm going to use my Ciate London. Give me just a minute to do a liner and I'll answer that. No, I wish I did. When you mess up, just make it bigger. And because my eyes are like downturned, it's a little bit difficult for me to do a wing. No, I do not. I have my actual real physical address listed on YouTube. Should be in the bottom of the description box. If you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, it has my full name and my address on there. And I know a lot of people don't put either of those things on the internet. But to be honest, I don't care if you know where I live. I don't care if you want to look me up or anything like that. Okay, back to your question now that I'm done playing with the wing. Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish shimmers. Let me zoom out. Okay, if you look at the palette, let me put my butt on the bathroom counter. Okay, if you look at the palette, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is technically a highlight shade, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is supposed to be glitter, and 13, which are shimmers. Out of 39 shadows, you've got 13 that are roughly shimmers slash glitters. The rest of these are matte shades. This one here is more like a satin. So is this one and this one. I wouldn't really consider these shimmer shades because yes, they have a sheen, but I wouldn't consider them a shimmer just for the simple fact that they go on more like a satin. All right, so mascara. I'm really trying to like this mascara. I know everybody has raved about it. This is the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. I like the wand. The formula, on the other hand, all it wants to do is like flake on me. And I just realized I didn't do my waterline, but... Oh, I just got the corner of my nose. Thank you. I mean, it's hard with eyeshadows. Some people will call satins, they'll call them shimmers, but they're not. I'm trying to get the mascara off of there. Because I know one YouTuber that I watch, and I don't know if it's because she's Canadian or it's just her preference. You don't like the mascara? Is that what you were trying to say? It like vanished on the screen before I could finish reading it. Yeah, it's already flaked off onto my face. That's why I don't like it, is it flakes. And it drives me insane. And even though I just did mascara. Are you not wanting to work today? Nope. I'll try the other one. Yeah, the Kush mascara. I guess it takes, like, Jeffree Star loves the Benefit Roller Lash and he loves that Kush mascara. And to be honest, I don't like either. The Kush mascara flakes on me really bad and the Benefit Roller Lash stays wet. It doesn't like ever like dry down. You can touch your eyelashes an hour after you've applied it and you get mascara on your finger, which is not cool. So I don't like using it, but let me zoom you guys in. There's one look done. Got a cat hair or something tickling me. Okay, on to look number 2. What do I want to do? The look that will be going up at 5, like the video that I recorded using the palette for the first time, was a green, blue, and well, one look was green and blue, one look was blue and purple, or green and purple, so I'm debating on what I want to use. Why would I need a P.O. box? I used to have one. I closed it like 2 years ago. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go in with Mary, and I'm probably gonna use like the red and this shade here, which is Shook and You're Kidding. So I'm gonna start off with Mary in my crease, and we'll try and do like a red look over here. I should not have gone that high. This is what happens when I don't use an actual mirror. I'm just using the phone. Oh, my address is listed. My address is in the description box. I have an actual physical address you can ship stuff to. Well, that blended out easy. That was so much easier than the other shade I just used. See, it just depends. Like when I was using, like depending on what base I use with the eyeshadows, it depends on how easy they blend out. But yeah, if you click on the description box, click the little thing that says show more. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, my address is the very last thing in the description box. I like that color. That's Mary. And this is actually a pressed pigment. This is one of the pressed pigments. And these are supposed to be so much more difficult to work with. But this one, I just picked up more on the brush. This one went on like super easy. And this is almost looking like something that you could wear to work too. And again, I'm going to carry it down here. I just picked up a tip. Because, you know, you figure you carry eyeshadow down there anyways and everything else is already done. So might as well get a head start on it. While it's already on the brush and you're already working with it, you might as well stick it on your lower lash line instead of having to do like mascara and all that kind of stuff and then forgetting that you've not done your lower lash line. And I'm not going to like wing this side out. I think I'm just going to keep it kind of circular. I just stuck the brush in my eye. That was not cool. Okay, so let me swatch Shook. Oh, this is like a pretty like bronze, a reddish bronze color. I don't have anything to do that. I think I'm going to go into You're Kidding because the other pressed pigment works so well. And that one I did tap my brush off. I think I'm just going to stick with the red theme. I like that. Okay, I'm going to be weird and I'm going to be using 518. Whoa, that like seriously coated my brush. I'm going to put that right on my lid. And I'm like lightly tapping because I didn't like tap it off a whole lot and I don't want orange all over my face. Oh, I just touched my face. Okay, real smart, Rebecca. I don't know what that is. I don't even know who that person is. I've never even heard of them. kind of liking that orange too. Just blending just a little bit. Now what do I have in the palette? I'm going to go in with Shook on my finger and just pop it literally right in the center. Well, it would, I don't know who that person is, so I don't know how I would react to somebody I've never even heard of. Okay, I got eyeshadow on my forehead. How did I do that? I must have accidentally touched myself with the brush. Well, finger isn't working very well. I just wanted a pop of that shade in the center, but it doesn't want to lay down. Okay, I'm going to grab another liner brush and get it wet with the water from my bathroom sink, and I'm going to go into B. Then that would be a little rude. I mean, just being honest, that so basically it's a song made about her that is derogatory. Is that what I'm understanding? I'm going to take B and use this as like eyeliner. Now, if I had that yellow Jeffree Star lipstick, that might be perfect, but I don't. Okay, this might not work as well as I thought it would. Not showing up, but it's also picking up the other color. I'm going to grab another brush if I can find it. Where's my other little liner brush? Oh, you're in here. Okay, I grabbed my little Luxie liner brush. This is a 219. I'm going to go back in with B. And I made sure that I coated the brush. You okay, Jack? Really? You having one of those days, buddy? Oh, I'm sorry. What? Jack. You come in here and say hi? Come here. Well, come here. You just gonna sit in the hallway and yell at me? Hmm? Well, fine, be that way. Oh, goody, it's fixing to rain in Florida. Okay, I think getting this color wet and going over the same spot like 5 times is helping this to like brighten up. I think if I was going to use this again as something like this where I want a bold pop of color, I would probably put my white concealer down first, because this just isn't showing up as bold as I would expect a yellow that is, you know, the pressed pigment like this to show up. And now it's just starting to look chunky on my eyelid. And it's in my lashes. I'm going to go ahead and go up under my eye right here with that same brush. Just wish that color wasn't so chunky right there in the front. Okay, now that I've got that on, I'm going to go back with that orange and just kind of go back over around where I put that color in the center. Trying to brighten it up just a little bit. Looks like I lost some of that brightness. And now it looks like the center shade's gone again. I just flipped my brush over. I'm going to see if I can use the brush to... I'm getting eyeshadow on me. No, fall out, go away. Okay, I think I got the fallout off. And I'm not going to worry about doing liner on this eye. That's why I used the yellow. I am going to finish it off with that mascara again though. And yet again, I got mascara on my eyelid. Talent right there. Right where that yellow was being chunky. You back, Jack? What, buddy? You want to come say hi? Well, hang on. All right, come in. Oh, come say hi. Say hi, Jack Jack. Say hi, Jack. Yelling at me in the hallway. Nothing like a loud Siamese. My loud Siamese. Okay, buddy. And you sit there and guard the doorway like you're good at it. Because he is. Total for both eyes and screwing up with mascara, 41 minutes. But I didn't start right at, 0 second or 0 minutes and 1 second, that kind of thing. I started the eye look probably about 10 minutes in. And now that one spot where I took the mascara off looks gray, and it doesn't want to take the yellow pigment. That's a little better. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. Because if I keep messing with it, it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so here are two looks that are more, well, one's a little bit more bold than the other one. Oh yeah, I forgot to reapply lip color. Even though this is basically my lip color, but better. Okay, so here you have a nice neutral eye look that you can wear every day. You don't have to do a wing. This one here was neutral until I put the yellow on for like mock eyeliner. So the first two colors that I used blended beautifully, and they were both pressed pigments. So I was very, very surprised. Using Mary was the very first color that I used, and it went on super easy and blended nicely. Your Kidding shade is what's in my crease. It's the red. It was nice. Where I'm running into like problems is with 518. Even after I like packed it on multiple times, it's kind of like taking a back seat. And that yellow that I used, which is B, everything that I've used so far is a pressed pigment. So everything on this eye is a pressed pigment. It's like I did multiple layers of the yellow and getting the brush wet and going back into the pan to get color, just to get that yellow to stand out on my eye. And I have fair skin and blue eyes, so you would think that yellow would pop pretty good. But it took a lot of work to get that yellow to stick. And the orange right above it, it's getting like washed out. You basically see the yellow and the red, and that's it, which is fine. And if you want to use this as like a daytime look, swap out the yellow for another shade. You don't have to use the orange on your lid. I was just going to use this color here on the lid, which is Shook. And I did put a smidge of this in the center of the lid with the orange. But what you could do to like dress this down, instead of using the yellow, or the orange on the lid, you could use the color next to Mary. This is the first shade I used. This one is literally, it's kind of like a peachy shade, and you could easily get away with putting this all over your lid, and then you would have two daytime looks, and you don't have to worry about figuring out, okay, what color am I going to put where, what's going to look good. This side came out amazing. I'm like super happy with everything, how it blended. This side, and not so much. That yellow fought with me, the orange fought with me. But all in all, I think so far, I haven't really had a whole lot of problems with these shadows. The shadows that I have had issues with are This one here, which I think is what, Escape? Yeah, Escape, Cola, the one that's Brother. Yeah, Brother. Acapella. Those are all shades that I've had. Oh no, wait, that's Playground I had problems with. So basically the blues, these two, this one and the purple, are shades that I've had issues with. The green down here called Daddy, which is this one, also took forever to blend out. And I mean forever when I used it on the look that will go up at 5. I almost wanted to take that makeup off at one point and redo it because I went little by little packing the green shadow on. It was difficult to work with. Once I did get it on my lid and you go to blend it out, it like blends away to nothing, like completely vanishes. Whatever, wherever you applied it, it's not there anymore. So I had problems with that. The green and the purple were both patchy in spots, like, because the one look was just green and purple, and where I had put the purple on my crease using the Morphe, what is this? The 560 brush to like really detail in my crease to make that like crease super dark so that there would be a nice contrast between the purple and then the green. It was really hard for me to initially get all of that blended out so that it wasn't like me going bloop and like leaving a streak of color on my eyelid. So it was really hard for me to blend out that purple Escape and then Daddy, which were the main colors that I used on my first look. And that video, like I said, will be going up at 5. So I have had issues with the palette. It's not perfect. It took me forever to blend those shades out, but the colors that I use today, the only thing that I really have to say is that yellow, it takes a lot of building to get it. The orange, I went over it several times to get it as the shade that I've got it right now. It looks beautiful in the pan, but when it comes to like coming across on the skin, it's like drinking Sunkissed. That color that your teeth and your tongue turn when you drink Sunkissed, or like the color left over on your fingers when you eat Cheetos. That's what that reminds me of, but it doesn't come across as bold on the eye without having to literally pack it on. So again, it is a pressed pigment, so I know that working with those, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I've worked with mainly the pressed pigments in this palette. I've only worked with a few of the shades that aren't pressed pigments. And so far, like I said, the blues, that green Daddy and the purple Escape. Okay. I actually like Peter Pan peanut butter versus Jif. Thank you very much. But anyways, I've digressed. This is just an amusing comment. But it is what it is. If you know that the pigments are going to be a little bit harder to work with, then you know you're going to have to layer them. You're going to have to go a little bit more slowly when working with it. I am by no means a makeup artist. I am a retired cosmetologist. Yes, I took classes on, skincare and makeup and that kind of stuff, but I haven't worked in a salon in a decade. So I know there's a lot of new things that come out on a regular basis. So when it comes to makeup, there's a lot of new techniques and stuff that we didn't learn in cosmetology school, and we were more hair focused. We didn't work with makeup a whole lot, and the makeup that we did have at the school was so old, the teacher told us not to use it on anybody, not even each other, because it was kind of nasty. We never learned how to sanitize makeup properly in school. We didn't know about cleaning makeup brushes or anything like that. I did a lot of facials in beauty school. That was mainly, I stuck with more of the esthetician stuff than cosmetics. So when I did my schooling, I focused on hair coloring, and skin. So those were the main focus for my education personally for the 20 odd years that I've done hair. So working with makeup, other than doing like prom makeup and bridal makeup, which is all basically the same thing, have somebody come in and they want basically the same look, which is neutral with a little bit of glam. I mean, I use single shadows and loose eyeshadows for that, and that was basically it. They came in with their foundation and stuff already done, and you do the eye makeup, blush, and mascara and that kind of stuff while you do their hair, and that's all they wanted. They didn't want anything else fancy. So hopefully doing this live and showing you how I blend and work with these is beneficial. If you want to see me use this palette, I'll try and do a live tomorrow and do 2 more looks that are different. Like I said, I do have a video that is going up at 5 o'clock today. Actually, I scheduled it for 5, so in about an hour I will be that will go up. I will be in the premiere, so you can talk to me live while I'm in, while the video is playing. At the very end of it, I did include photos, so if you, because the very last part of the second look did get cut off, so basically all it was to finish the eyeliner and do mascara. So I did include pictures at the very end of it, so after the second look cuts off, it'll like tell you that you're going to be looking at pictures. So the original video, I condensed it down to like 17 minutes from like an hour and a half, hour and 15. So I did some major speed ups in that. So anyways, I am Rebecca Oberstadt. Hopefully you like this. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to ask me questions below. For those of you that were not in live chat, feel free to leave comments. And the person did ask about a P.O. box. My address is listed below in the description box. It's always there. Feel free to send me cards or packages or whatever. That's fine. My email's there as well. So I will see you guys later. And well, I will see you in an hour for my premiere of the first eye looks that I did with the James Charles palette. So I will see you later. Bye. Oh, hopefully you have a great day or night wherever you are.